Let's move to the NBA. Magic and Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Pick this one up in the first quarter. Derrick Rose on the attack, going to the rim. Bismack Biyombo, huge block. Get that shot out of here. Rose did have a team-high 19 points, but Biyombo, big-time rejection there. We move to the second quarter. Knicks in transition. Brandon Jennings, check this out. Mendauskis Kuzminskis with the reverse layup. Then in the third, Knicks up 10. Carmelo Anthony in the lane, loses the handle, gathers it, and puts it in. Part of a 15-point night. Knicks get the win, 106-95. Knicks have been pretty solid at home. Tim, your takeaway?
Yeah, 11-4 on the year at Madison Square Garden. And I was just watching pregame warm-ups just to get a feel for the energy there at the Garden. Now, I played there.
Not at NBA.
I sat there when I was at St. John's, all right? But I had played probably 25-plus games at Madison Square Garden, so I understand the energy that's there. I've not seen it like that since it was the old days, since it was Ewing, Starks, Oakley, Mason. There's just, you could feel it through the TV screen. They didn't play well tonight, but they got a balanced attack. 6 guys in double figures. Carmelo wasn't at his best. But don't you, as a Chicago guy, as a Bulls fan, don't you love the explosion? Don't you love watching Derrick Rose even attempt to try to dunk that basketball?
Absolutely, and he's been really aggressive this season. I think that's when Derrick Rose is at his best. You've talked a lot about his jumper and the lack of arc on his jumper. He's at his finest when he's taking the ball to the rim because he can still get past his defender, finish, and we saw on that play that he can try to finish with authority.
Yeah, the Knicks are a playoff team if they're able to stay healthy. You know, we talked so much in the offseason when we looked at this roster. It's like, oh, man, is this going to work out? But the fact that they've all been on the floor this year, that's been a great thing. I think Jeff Hornacek needs to start being in the conversation. He doesn't deserve the award. The award goes to Mike D'Antoni.
Okay.
But for Coach of the Year, he's been able to blend all these guys, handle what's going on with Phil and Carmelo, handle what's going on with Carmelo off the floor, handle the Derrick Rose situation. Like, that's not easy. Oh, and by the way, you're in New York, where you're under an intense scrutiny.
Yeah, huge
you're
microscope.
under a microscope, and he's able to keep this team sane because we're watching the transition. We're watching the transition of this team from Carmelo Anthony's team to Kristaps Porzingis' team. It's not his team yet. But the arm is extended and the baton is in the hand. Like in Cleveland, the arm is just starting to get extended for LeBron and Kyrie. But in New York, it's all the way out there just saying, take the baton.
Solid victory for the Knicks tonight in front of the home